Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Agents of Chaos Gaming, where order comes to die and chaos reigns. I'm Crunch, and I've got Scotty and QB with me.
Do you ever just miss something and you get it back and you just feel so happy? Also, Scotty.
I'm here. I just hit my head on something, and I'm recoiling in pain.
Oof, that's never fun. Anyway, last time we took another adventure as V and found ourselves a big old sword and Dante. So, we're going to pick up from that in Mission 10, Awaken.
Awaken? Baby, you know what we must do.
Drink.
Awaken, my master.
God damn it.
Wamu.
God damn it.
I need to find Virgil. I promise I'll be back. I know this is hard. You must listen to me. Be a big boy. A man. Huh?
A man!
Very epic, tragic moment here.
You must run. By yourself. Alone. You must change your name. Forget your past and start a new life.
Can I pick a cool
Someone else.
name?
A new beginning. Virgil!
I'd be Tony Redgrave.
Oh, you know, nothing like a little childhood trauma.
10 o'clock in the morning. Average time to wake up.
For a second there, I thought you were gonna shish kebab me. How stubborn you can be. I thought it might be the only way to wake you. What day is it? The 15th of June. A month? No wonder I'm so stiff.
Right, sunshine. Now put a fire under it. We gotta get going because that annoying pimple Nero is making a beeline for Urison, and if he gets
Pimple.
Whee!
Whoop.
This is my gig. Leave Nero out of this.
Ningo's to review the
What do you
last
think
game.
Nero's been doing?
Urison.
He summed up the last
I
game.
never would have dreamed of using that child. But Urison is much stronger than we ever could have imagined.
What did you expect?
And flashback.
QB, I just want to see the cutscenes with Urison now, with the song the devil sings in episode 1 of Cuphead. I'm the devil.
Stinks in here.
I know. It smells like hot garbage.
King dies to come out of nowhere.
This is far worse than I thought. There's no crime in turning tail, V. These things might be a little too much for you. You're right. I'll leave the rest to you.
What? Whoa, my, V. All the way down here and turning tail, really?
One must always have an insurance policy.
Who was that guy? Can't believe he just ran.
No one special? Come on. Let's go clean up this garbage.
We got
First
this.
come, first serve on the targets, right?
Music to my ears. Hurry up, Dante!
Guess I get to see it with my own eyes. If it really is you.
Alright, so we finally got our hands on the boy.
Yes.
And that means it's time to go and grab some upgrades. Except once again, I forgot his, much like with V, until you actually start a mission, customize menu only lets you buy items. I don't know why it does that. It's a little weird.
Ah, good to see you, Rebellion.
Yep. Although I think they made a change with the design of it.
Well, there's no accounting for taste.
Because if you look at it, the horns that are on it are coming out of the eye sockets. Normally the horns were located above the eye sockets.
Oh.
So it's a little odd, but whatever. Either that or in the other graphics it only looked that way, and the upgrade with the RE engine makes it look slightly different. Anyway, so as has become the norm with Dante, we now have access to all 4 of his different style modes at once. You default with Trickster, which basically lets you dash around. And then you got Swordmaster, which gives you more moves with your melee weapons. Someone's still alive. Oh, there we go. And then you got Gunslinger, which... Gunslinger is actually one of the ones that got the most interesting rework in this. So, normally speaking, in Gunslinger mode, it would just let Dante attack with... do like flashier attacks with his guns. Now, it actually lets you fire Ebony and Ivory separately. So, when you hit the Gunslinger button, it's only firing Ebony. If you hit the regular fire button, it's shooting Ivory. And as you can also see, they fire differently from each other. Ebony goes with slower, stronger shots, and Ivory does a burst maneuver. I don't understand why they did this. It's a little, like... It's cool that they did it, but I'm not really sure why.
Yeah, Crunch, and all the other models for Rebellion, the horns are above the eyes.
Yeah, that's interesting. Why they also made that little graphic or aesthetic change. I mean, it's not really a huge thing, all things considered. It's just odd, I guess. And then the other thing that actually did get changed here is Royal Guard. Royal Guard does have a modification to the way that it works, which I will show off when we get into another combat sequence, which will be right about now. So, the way Royal Guard works, normally speaking, or in other games, is that when you have your guard up, it absorbs the damage. But, however, okay, I don't know why that block didn't even work. That was weird. Come on. Yeah, there you go, see? You get hit. So, normally speaking, in the other games, when you would use it, the way it would work is that if you held the guard up, it would absorb the hit, but you would still take like some chip damage to your health. Now, instead of it taking chip damage to your health, it actually takes chip damage to your double trigger meter, unless you like time it perfectly. In which case you take no chip damage and you get a lot more meter on your for Royal Guard. So it's actually, they designed it to make it more user friendly, because I think a lot of people tended to ignore the fact that it exists due to the fact that it had such precise timing. I believe also similar to the Exceed meter that Nero has, they changed it so that the timing's a little bit more forgiving, so it wouldn't do nearly as much if you messed up the timing on it. And since Dante is, of course, Dante, he does still have his double trigger, which changes him into a demon form, and also lets you regenerate health, along with giving you an extra power boost, and it also ups how much style you get. So if you want to like boost your style meter really quickly, you can jump into DT mode. Now, starting out, since we are basically fresh Dante, we've got our Sword Rebellion as our only melee option. And much like with Devil May Cry 4, he does come in with both of his pistols and with a shotgun.
Bang, 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 bang.
And I do believe this is actually the same shotgun from Devil May Cry 4. I believe it's still the Coyote A. Because if you actually go in the customized menu later, it says that.
Yes, the fun.
Now, speaking of Royal Guard, Crunch, is it as broken as I've heard it can be?
If you're
If you
good at
master
it,
it?
yes. because you can basically block all incoming damage and then use the energy you build up to essentially do counterattacks, and they can hit pretty hard. Anyway, now that we're actually able to do customization, just going to grab these 3 basic upgrades. So we got our running speed boost, we have our double jump, and trigger heart, which will deplete the DT meter at a much slower rate. And of course you got to grab Stinger for closing gaps. We also oh, actually I forgot, we do have another weapon on us right now. I'll show that off in a second. Ebony and Ivory get charge shots, as well as this shotgun, and yeah, it is Coyote A. And then you also level up all of your different styles through here, which will give you different things depending on what level they're at. Also, one thing that's new to this game is that you can actually change the order of your equipment. Obviously, we don't have that much to work around with right now, but later on, when we have more toys to play with, you can do that. So this is the other thing that Dante actually ends up starting the game with, I forgot about, which I'll show off once we pass this cutscene.
I'm
This man is a meme and is amazing.
He is Wacky Woohoo Pizza Man. Barbed Discord Chaos.
Buzz?
And basically, as the cutscene showed, these guys mostly just spin around and hit you that way. So, the other weapon that Dante actually starts out with, which I completely forgot about, I don't know why I forgot it, is the Balrog. Essentially, we start out with our punch-kick weapon. And how to change. It's also the first time we've ever had a weapon that does that, a punch-kick weapon that does this, where you actually swap modes between it being punching and kicking. So, right now it's in kick mode, but if I hit, actually get the put it work. When it's in punch mode, which is actually called blow mode. Ha. For children.
I have seen this all too often on a certain mod channel who does certain skin mods for this game.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I mean, it just fits. It just makes sense.
Is this going to fall into the same category as Ella, where it's going to be a weapon that doesn't have a boss attached to it?
So apparently Balrog is actually something that Dante got his hands on, I think, in between. I'm not really sure how he got his hands on it. There's a story that there was a prequel novel that they released that came before this game that actually entails the story of how he got his hands on Balrog. I don't know the particulars of it myself. I haven't looked into it. But somewhere in between 4 and 5, he got his hands on these. That's why he has them here. But yeah, so when you punch enough with this thing, it pretty much just starts doing a flurry attack. You can insert your JoJo jokes here. Yeah, I'm so sick of these things. Stupid death scissors. So that red door in the background, since I actually haven't mentioned it yet, that thing that they highlighted at the beginning of this little combat sequence, that thing is actually on a timer. If you do not get through it fast enough, it will close on you. Which is why I hate these scissors, because they take so long to deal with. At least with Dante, anyway. There we go. Take care of that. And our way forward opens up, but I'm not going that way. I'm going to actually get through here. This has a red orb crystal, which with the Balrog's rapid punch is actually really easy to break. There we go. But if we actually keep climbing up, there's some
Got it.
orbs and
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. I had an
Yes.
idea for artwork.
No, do care.
there's something else over here.
Yeah.
There.
Dante and Denji from Chainsaw Man versus the Devil from Cuphead.
Okay. That's certainly an idea. Oh, so that's what it looks like when if you don't make it in time, it just locks up like that. Maybe it's another one of those ideas that they don't actually use them too often. It's kind of like every so, like once in a while, I think.
Hmm.
And of course, Stinger is still as useful as ever as a gap closer. There we go. All of the red orbs.
You
mean
you just gonna be spamming Balrog for the rest of the mission.
Well, I only have 2 weapons to play around with right now. So, you know.
But wait, there's more.
And we have another room with another one of these things. Thankfully, the enemies that they throw at us for this one aren't too bad. Actually, I must dumb into this just to show off. That's because I had to turn off the sword master maneuvers. Also, the way to swap back and forth between kick and blow mode is kind of annoying to me, just because of the fact it's like you have to basically do a back. You hit back and attack at the same time. So, but it doesn't always register. I feel like, or at least with the way it's set up, it's because back is always dependent on which direction Dante is facing, as usual. It doesn't always go off as precisely as I want it to. So, yeah, that I'm just bad at it, one or the other. And I mean, you know, can't have a weapon that does a lot of kicking without some breakdance moves. Eddie from Tekken would be proud.
You feel like dancing.
There we go.
Run.
And the reason why, of course, you want to actually go through that thing is right up here. Blue orb.
Bloop. Hey,
Lord.
bloop.
Yeah, the way that thing, those doors look and just pulse. Very lewd. I'm just gonna say that.
That's an image.
Dante sure has his way with the doors.
Come on. There we go.
Guess for him, who's always low on money, anything's a goal.
Oh man, they're already here. These ladies work fast.
Yeah, so that's something to note, actually, is that yeah, Lady and Trish are running around in these levels, or in this particular level. But in that combat sequence earlier in the, like, at the very start of the mission, when you had them with you, they don't do anything. They're actually not programmed with combat AI. Which is kind of sad, all things considered.
Yep.
Because among other things, they are, of course, 2 of the best devil hunters out there, number 1. But number 2, we all know that they can actually fight, because they were in DMC4 Special Edition as playable characters. Never mind the fact that, you know, we've seen what Lady can do in DMC3. So it's just very bizarre that they didn't give them any combat animations or anything like that. I mean, maybe with already having 3 hunters in the game, that seemed overkill to give the other 2 something, but still would have been cool. Even if you could never play as them, just to have them as combat NPCs would have been neat. Ow. So, I don't particularly care for these enemies, I should point out. These are like as an enemy type, they're not like the worst thing in the world to deal with, as you can see, because you can mostly, all you have to do is dodge out of the way, but I still don't really like them. Because also, sometimes it seems like you dodge out of their way and then they'll still hit you, so it's like, what the hell? Come here, you. Boom. I do like the little shoulder pads you get when Balrog's in punch mode.
Punch.
What was that? 3, 2, 1 now?
So, Balrog actually talks a little bit. Not really much, but what that actually is one of the skills that Balrog has. It's called Ignition. And basically, when it's activated, it's when like he gets all heated up during combat. Because you notice, like right now, it's pretty much just like gray, but when you get a lot of hits, he starts warming up, and it makes the hits a lot more effective and such. But after a while, when you're not in combat, it starts a countdown for when it cools off. And here we have a new variation on the bats.
Bat.
Hellbat.
Yeah, this is a Hellbat. I don't like these things.
Is that a bat out of hell?
This is Bat.
So what they do, of course, being similar to the Pyrobats, is that they spit fire at you. However, these ones have a nasty little trick when they go down, where they will actually explode. Now, right there, I actually managed to knock him enough that he didn't trigger that maneuver, but if you're not careful, they can do that. They will expand and then detonate. Also, Dante's battle theme. Not a big fan of it. I honestly think I like V's combat theme more than I like Dante's, but then we got ourselves an Impusa Queen here, so let's go ahead and get this bitch out of the way. Not like these things either, because they're big and annoying, and also they can grab you and drain your health, and I don't care for that. There we go.
There we go. And then we need to get to that gate before it shuts.
So there's actually 2 of them in this room here, but the one that you really want to worry about is this one. The other one mostly contains a bunch of red orbs. This one has something else.
Yep.
This...
Bet I'll find something here. Call it hunting.
Oh.
This one leads to a secret mission. This is a This is one that the description does not really explain how this works. So, what you're up against is a scissor. Now, as I mentioned in... Oops, wrong button.
When you say that, it's instant.
That was me hitting the wrong button.
What is this challenge?
So so as I mentioned before with the scissors, is that you can knock them around in a way that exposes, like, their head becomes a weak point. So what you want to do, okay, not that. Check on it. Basically, what you want to do is you want to stun him so that way his face starts glowing, and then you shoot him in the head.
Oh, I hate the face. Ugh.
To remind you of the puppet from
The
Five Nights
face.
at Freddy's.
No, I was thinking of the thing from Avatar. Do you remember the centipede thing?
Nope.
No, don't. QB, do not bring him up.
I don't remember that.
Oh, so in Avatar, there's a bit where Aang goes to the spirit world and he meets. Is it the spirit world?
It is the spirit world, and
It's in the
QB,
spirit
please
world.
bring up that.
And he meets this lovely giant centipede thing that steals people's faces, and he keeps switching between faces.
It has been so long since I've seen Avatar. I do not remember at all what you're talking
Let me see if I
about.
can. Let me see if I can find a picture.
No.
Avatar.
No,
God, he's telling
no.
me yes.
QB,
Anyway.
no.
Well, while you're trying to traumatize Scotty, so basically, in case the video went too fast and you didn't quite catch how to do that, the easiest way to deal with that secret mission is you bust out Balrog, you just start punching until the scissor runs into it, and then, because the game does, as I mentioned before, the game does have a parry kind of system,
This place is
where if you make one of your attacks connect with the enemies at the right time, it will actually, like, throw the enemy off a bit. So you basically just start punching with Balrog to the point where the scissor will run into one of the punches, the parry will go off, and then it stuns him long enough to trigger his weak point, and then you just shoot him in the face.
The Perry will go off. Wait, Perry? Perry the platypus?
God damn it.
So Scooby, I swear if I go out of this, I go back to the chat, if I see that centipede, I am screaming.
I mean, I'm looking at pictures of it now, and I'm just going down. They put this thing in a kid's cartoon.
Well, you know.
Like, things were wild back then.
Oh wow, they aren't doing this.
What?
Crunch.
Are you talking about the platforms?
No. Look in general.
Oh, pots.
They're doing a pot collection.
Oh, that's something.
Oh, pot of greed. I can sit there and just stare at people while drinking out of it.
Apparently there's a super rare one, which is the Shard of Greed.
Okay.
Okay, this is gonna be. If this is blind bag, oh god.
Blind bag or
We have
blind
here.
box? Where are they just like little collectible things, or are they like actual mugs that you can drink out of?
I don't know, but it's just something Flutter sent me, and I'm just like, okay, I need to check into this. So, is this where it? Well, you know, how many missions does this game actually have? It feels like we're quite late in, and we're only just getting to Dante.
This game has the same amount of missions as pretty much any other DMC game. It has 20 missions. And let's screw it. I'm just gonna leave that gold orb behind. Don't really care that much.
Yeah, getting close. I can
And this is mission 10, so we're actually like halfway through. Stupid knights, I hate these things.
Okay, Crunch, I've just looked it up. This is the made-to-order Yu-Gi-Oh! Pot collection.
Made to order. What's that even? What?
You get 11 figures plus 3 bonus figures, which is the Moray for the Pot of Greed, you get the Shard of Greed, and you get the Spirit of the Pot. You get also a collector's, it says here, collector's rare variant of Pot of Greed, Pot of Generosity, Pot of Avarice, Pot of Benevolence, Pot of Riches.
So basically, they're just little collectibles. They're not even like real mugs.
I mean, you can get Jar of Greed mugs or Pot of Greed mugs.
I would certainly hope so, considering it's a damn cup.
And looking at these, Crunch, you can put. They do have holes in the top, so I assume they're holes, so you could probably still put something in them.
If you wanted to.
God, actually, looking at the size of these look like they'd be the perfect size for shots.
The Greed shot glass.
And the Greed shot. Right, lad, what are you drinking out of? What creepy pot of your choosing? Well, this mission seems like it's taking forever.
I mean, it's a little bit of a longer one, admittedly, but... Let's see. One... Oh yeah, definitely want to pick this up. So this is an upgrade for ignition. And that's even... goes even higher? Damn. Come back for that later.
Also, Crunch, I did a wee look up on Balrog. It's meant to be a reference to a Street Fighter character.
Well, it is Capcom, that makes sense. And here we see the girls getting tossed around. Yeah, good job, ladies.
Well, well.
I have a headache.
Oh, king of stench and filth. I'm impressed. Those are two of the most badass women in the world. And I only know one other guy who can defeat them. Jackpot.
Ooh.
Let's dance.
I mean, we know how this dance ends. Alright, so boss fight with Urizen, except we're playing as Dante. And he's basically the same as ever.
So is this the same as the prologue fight?
Pretty much, yes. So, stupid crystals getting in the way, and you can also see without taking any damage whatsoever. He's got all of his attacks based on the other bosses that we've fought against so far. However, this one actually ends a lot quicker. Just because, even though I didn't take full health damage, it just went into cutscene mode.
Hi.
And it's right here where Nero walks in. And we all know how this encounter ended. And that is the end of the mission.
Indeed, with Nero stepping up to the plate, proving he was not dead weight. The game was over, and everybody was happy.
Yeah, totally. Anyway,
That's how that works.
yes. But yeah, that is mission 10. We finally got our hands back on Dante, and next time we will pick back up with him, but after he's been reawakened. So join us then for mission 11. See you guys then.